Okay, so for exercises 4 through 6, you still need to log into YouScience the same way by going to app.uscience.com. Use your school email and password you created. When you're logged in, it should say something like this, but with your name. And then continue with taking the YouScience profile. Those are all the exercises or brain games. You should have already completed the first 3. If you had not, please go back to lesson 2 for those instructions. This is now lesson 3, which will include the next 3 exercises. To begin the inductive reasoning exercise, you need to make sure that you click all 4 circles so they are checked in green, and then you can press Start Now. This is going to be a 9-minute timed exercise where they're seeing if you can make connections between things. So what you'll get, and these are practices, are a bunch of pictures like this, and your job is to find 3 things that have something in common with each other. Some of them are harder than others, and some of them stick out very simply. Like for this one, it would be these 3 items: the iron, the toaster, and the mixer, because those are all electronic appliances. Those have those things in common. So they're going to be different per each one. You go to the next set, and then you have these items. What is something in common with these items? For this case, we picked the first light bulb, the eggs, and the wine glass because those are all 3 fragile, breakable items. So that's how you would kind of do this whole exercise: is find the 3 that have some kind of relation to each other. So you hit begin exercise. It always reminds you that it is a timed exercise, so please make sure that you finish everything in one sitting and hit begin exercise. You'll continue that exercise until you're done or time runs out. And then once it's all done, you'll hit continue and you will move on to the next one. You do the same thing where you check all 4 of those circles until they're lit up green and you hit start now. This one is going to be sequential reasoning, so it does kind of group things together, but now you have to put them in a logical order. So you organize the items that are there in a way that makes sense in the flow chart that they give you. So you'll hit begin practice, and you'll get something that looks like this. These are all the items they give you, and this is the flow chart. You have to drag and drop these items into the boxes that make sense with the chart that they gave you here. Like for instance, they have leg, head, fingers, toes, and arms. So one way you could organize these is that the head is the center point, and you have legs and you have arms. Legs at the extension have toes, arms at the extension have fingers. So you can see how there's always kind of a relation to each other, but then some kind of center point that links them together. You can hit see answer and it shows you a couple different kinds of ways you could organize these. The flowchart is going to change each time, so it's going to be slightly different. Like for this one, you could put all the dessert, freezer, cake, kitchen, ice cream, and oven in some kind of order that looks like this. In the kitchen, you have appliances such as a freezer or an oven. In the freezer, it holds ice cream. In the oven, it holds a cake. Both cake and ice cream are a dessert. So you can see how it follows those arrows and makes the connections between them. Hit see answer a couple times and it'll show you some different ways you could format them. And then it tells you that you are going to start a timed exercise, so make sure that you complete it all in one sitting. Continue the exercise until time runs out, and then click continue when that is ended. The last one is idea generation. So again, click all 4 of your circles and then hit start now. In this one, you're going to basically just generate ideas. Just think of anything that will be an answer to the topic that they give you. This one is a 5-minute time exercise, so make sure you finish it all at once. Everyone might get similar questions, but something different. It's as simple as something like this one I got was, what would you do if 1 week from today, everyone suddenly would not feel any physical pain? They're just random questions. And the idea is that you're supposed to answer those questions by typing here in the box. You have to keep typing for the entire 5 minutes. It won't let you click on anything. You might seem like it's frozen, but there is a timer going on. You won't see it, and it won't let you move into the next section until that timer is out. So your job is to just keep writing as many ideas that you could possibly think of that have to do with the question that they gave you here. Don't freak out if you're sitting there feeling like I'm done, but I can't do anything. There will be something that pops up after the timer is all set, something like this, and you can just press continue. Then you will stop when we get here to work approach. You do not need to continue. So by the end of this week, you should have the first 6 of these exercises all done, and that's it.